Hi, you guys. Angel for Meaningful Magic again. Wonderful to have you with us. Thanks for being here. I'd like to take this time out to tell you all thank you so much for all the love and support, as always, that I've been receiving since I began this journey. Again, I say it's been amazing. So today, our discussion is going to be about how you're living. How are we living? What is it that we are doing to better our lives, to better ourselves? Are we living in addiction still? Are we just misery through the week, trying to get through just so we can go to the bar and blow our whole paycheck on nothing with people who don't really add value to our life? Are we spending our time with people who add value to our lives, who truly are there for us? Are we spending our money on things that add value to our lives, that increase our success or our well-being? Are we spending our time on things that increase our value and our well-being and are good for our well-being? And that is a discussion that I continually have to have with myself. Since I've gone on this journey, I literally try to stop and ask myself those questions now. Is this going to add value to my life? Is this decision going to make my life better, or am I going to regret it in the morning? And is it really worth my peace and my well-being? Are we out there living in misery and depression and coming up with excuses for why we can't do better? Oh, I'm too tired. I work too much. You wouldn't understand. I've been through so much. I'm just not smart enough. I'm not good enough. Because that's our ego trying to keep us in comfort zone. And when your comfort zone is a hellish, unhappy place, then we really got to break those habits, because that's the only way out. And it's the old saying, the only way out is through, and that's true. That is so true, because we're stuck in this comfort zone of misery, and a lot of times we get so lost in the sadness and the misery and self-loathing that it just becomes such a cycle that we can't seem to break out of it. So one of the things that I had to do was, instead of just taking bad habits and bad things away from myself, I had to replace those things with something, with something of value. So instead of, going out and getting drunk every night, and I joined a yoga class, and I started working out, and I started researching spirituality and the spiritual journey and spiritual enlightenment. And I've been a magic practitioner for 35 years, but when you're in that place, you're not seeking out the spiritual. So for a lot of years, I put my faith down completely, because I knew I wasn't acting right. And, in my heart I knew, but I had all these excuses because I wasn't willing, and I wasn't ready, and I wasn't committed. I still thought that was getting those instant gratification dopamine hits from the things I was doing, whether it be the drinking, the drugs, or the riding fast and hanging out with crazy people. But in the end, all that did was make me crazy, unhappy, miserable, lonely. Even with all these people around me, I knew they didn't give a shit about me. And I just, pretended, because I had this lonely ache, and I wanted so badly to be validated and loved. And seeking out that kind of validation and that kind of a dopamine high from things that don't bring you value, you're literally paying into your own misery. You're literally building your entire life around superficial misery. And the only thing that kind of life can get you is superficial misery. So it wasn't until I decided that I was enough, that I loved me enough to at least try, and really start taking steps towards, and they were baby steps, believe me, baby steps. I didn't just, boom, I'm great. And I mean, to this day, I still struggle very much with those things. Sometimes I still crave that wild life every once in a while. And then I remember the misery that it brought me and how unhappy I was. And the truth is that I didn't know very many successful people in that life, and that's because there aren't very many successful people in that life. And I wanted better for myself, but I had to quit telling myself that I couldn't get better, that I wouldn't, I wasn't smart enough, I'm not good enough, that, they won't like all that outer validation that I was seeking. Really, what I really needed was my own validation, my own love, my own self-respect, my own self-esteem. And I really needed to take a good look at the habits that I had, the people I was hanging around, and do these things add value to my life? Or am I literally just paying into my own misery? And we even made jokes about it all my life, like, oh, we're going to be feeling terrible tomorrow. And we just kept right on going. And the funny thing is it wasn't funny. We were feeling terrible the next day. And we just kept going because we were trying to drown the sadness. So I would definitely invite you to go on a healing journey and try to find out what things are keeping you there, whether that be low self-esteem, lack of self-respect, feeling unworthy of success or unworthy of financial stability and abundance, feeling like this was a big thing for me. I felt like I was being unloyal, if I got a legit life, because my friends were very rowdy and we were all trying to be the ultimate gangster. And so to, put on a suit and get an education and, grow and become successful and, hang out with normies was kind of looked down on. So I really needed to sit down and decide if I wanted to be what was expected of me, which that wasn't working out for me. I was going to jail. I was in and out of depression, psych wards, all kinds of stuff, and I was so miserable. And doctor's pills, they're just there to mask just like other drugs, so that wasn't helping me either. All the antidepressants were doing was making me more depressed, or you get the cycle where the first 90 days you feel great and then you tank. And I could say this as a psychologist, I'll tell you that really once you're, the psychology profession prescribes you pills knowing that they're probably not going to help, but temporary masking, it's a temporary solution. But most people aren't willing to stay committed to therapy and treatment and self-realignment. So their only resort, if the patient's not in a position where they're willing to commit to their own mental health and their own happiness, is to mask it so that they, at least don't kill themselves. And that's who I was. And that was 4 years ago. I am now 40 credits away from my bachelor's degree. I've started pursuing my master's degree. I live on the bay in Sunny House, Florida, 2 blocks from the beach. I have a wonderful, happy life, a life that I'm excited about, not dreading. I don't dread Mondays because Monday's another opportunity to have a blessed, crazy, great week. I don't dread being alone anymore because I love who I am becoming. I don't dread the work anymore because I have reframed my outlook on what I think about life. And so now when I think about, and yeah, don't get me wrong, nobody wants to do their homework, especially when it's statistics, but I literally look at it like, and on those days I tell myself, hey, come on, Angel, you're going to feel so much prouder of yourself. Let's just do it anyway. We'll be so proud when it's done. It really had to reframe those things. And so now I try to look at my decisions. And, I sit and write my goals and I ask myself, is this goal beneficial for my life? Because my goals before were just, let's get high, let's get drunk, let's ride fast, let's, get in a fight, let's, I was just wild. And I know now, looking back, now that I'm working through those things, that really was because that's the only time that I felt, a lot of, where I got my validation and my attention from, and I really thought that those were the only things that I was good at because I had bullshitted myself so long and I had listened to the people around me tell me I was worthless for so long that I had started to believe them, and my entire life for about 35 years was really rough. And it wasn't until I decided I'd had enough of my crap and I'd had enough of my excuses and that I wasn't going to bitch out again. I was going to get up and I was going to do the right things for myself, for my inner peace, for my mental health, for my personal growth. And I never imagined I would come this far. I thought I'd just get a little better, you know. I did not imagine that I would end up being successful with a psychology degree. You know, I just did not imagine. Life is better for me than I ever imagined that it could be. And this is all as a result of being willing, being committed, doing the research, and really looking at my habits, looking at my thoughts, looking at my feelings, looking at my beliefs. Because man, what we believe about ourselves is what's going to happen. That is who we're going to be. If we believe we're successful and we're intelligent and we're abundant, that is who we will become. But if we believe that we are worthless and, you know, we're never going to get there, and, you know, we have something holding us back, that's exactly what will happen. We won't make it. And it's because of our beliefs. And those beliefs come from our childhoods. Those beliefs come from the people around us. And obviously, if you have those beliefs, you have the wrong people around you. Because your people should be lifting you up. And they should be telling you, man, you deserve better than this. Don't crawl in the dirt. Let me help you up. If your people are encouraging you to go to jail, get away from them. You know, it's really, jail food is not good. So don't do that. Don't do that. You know, all this, the TV glorifies this kind of life, but the truth is it's a life of misery and a life of pain, and for many of my friends, an early death. So I encourage you, really, it is a life or death situation that we're talking about here. Your life. It's your life. This is personal. Don't worry about what they say. Don't worry about what anyone says. If you start taking the right steps in the right direction, the universe will support you in that. Because the universe sends to you whatever you're admitting. So if you're admitting toxic, chaotic, angry, aggressive, you know, hateful, gossipy, lying stuff, that's what you're going to get back. That's the kind of people you'll attract. That's the kind of life you'll attract. But if you are doing your meditations and you're, you know, seeking the divine, and you're really making steps forward to, you know, better yourself and find personal growth and spiritual growth, and you're willing to stay committed to your worthiness and to changing your life, then the universe will open doors for you to become the person that you believe you are. And so it's a lot to do with our beliefs, what we believe about ourselves. It's also how we speak to ourselves. And it's them daily habits and our decisions. Our decisions are literally the road to wherever we're going. So, you know, our beliefs and the way we speak to ourselves and our habits, those are the map. But our actions, our decisions that we're making and acting upon, that's the actual road that gets us there. So if you're in hell, you're in hell because of your decisions. And I know a lot of people don't want to be hearing that, but the truth is, until you become accountable for your own mess, you can never clean it up. You know, you keep waiting for the maid to come and do it, and it's your mess. You got to clean it up. And you have to ask yourself, are you ready to quit making excuses? Are you ready to quit living in a hole when you deserve to be living in a palace? You are a creation. You are a child of the Creator, and you deserve so much better. But it's you putting you where you are. Become completely accountable, because that is how you will take your power back. And really, man, life is so beautiful and so wonderful, and there's so much abundance and so much happiness here. And you know, I'm just saying the advantages to living a good life, and really recognizing that you are the creator of your own destiny. That is so freeing and so empowering, and it really will change your life. And I encourage you guys to keep your habits healthy, and I encourage you to keep your minds happy and fulfilled, and I encourage you to always have a goal that seems too big for you, but keep chasing it anyway, because the universe will blow your mind. I am living proof of that. Like I said, 4 years ago, I was a complete and utter mess. And I was praying, just please let me find my way. And I'll do anything. Don't we always say that? Well, this time I meant it, and I was willing to go do whatever it took to change my life and to change who I was and to change, to heal those inner voices and that inner child and all of those hurts telling me that I was unworthy and that I was, crazy and that I was stupid and all those terrible voices that I had been listening to my entire life. I was able to reframe those, change those, and just put one foot in front of the other and keep right on going. And it's amazing. I can't even tell you, I can't encourage you enough. This journey is real. There is a beautiful life out there for you, and all you have to do is make the decision and act upon it. The universe will take care of the rest. And if you need any love or support, I'd be happy to give you love and support back, because I am just blown away by how much love and support I've gotten by coming on here and sharing my journey with you guys. And I can't thank you enough. You really make my day. You make me smile. And I just want to see you guys do amazing. I want to share this beautiful path that I'm on, because really it changed my life. And I should say it gave me a life, because I didn't even know what a real life was. And I am so blessed, and you are so blessed. And every day is an opportunity, man. Every day is an opportunity to be happy, to be great, to move forward, even on the days that aren't great. Because believe me, not every day is great. I still have that. And we all do. Those are human emotions, but are we going to let our emotions control us? Your little inner critic's like a bad boyfriend. You just got to shut him up and leave. You just got to stop the voice. You wouldn't let the man control you that way, then don't let your inner voice control you that way. If you do have a man controlling you that way, I encourage you to take a good look at that as well. I'm just saying, guys, it really is. It's our mindset, it's our decisions, it's our habits, and you're worth it. You're worth it. You are so worth it. Stop letting other people tell you you're not. Stop letting yourself hold you back, because this life is out here. You can be successful, you can be abundant, you can be rich, you can be just truly happy, you can be at peace. Whatever it is you're looking for is looking for you. So start looking for the right stuff, guys. Follow that up with some action and some commitment. And I promise you, it will blow your mind how quickly the universe responds. And I wish you nothing but blessings and wellness. Remember, don't pay into your pain. Don't associate with people who don't want the best for you. If they're not cheering you or helping you or want you to be the best version of yourself and are supportive and loving, get rid of those people. If you're if it's you holding you back and it's your addictions and stuff, I encourage you to get help. Seriously, there are 12-step programs, there are rehab centers, there are people like me who will just listen. There is help out here. Seek help, because it is so worth it. If you don't want to live in the situation, whether that be emotional, mental, physical, financial situation that you are in now, you can change it. The first step, though, is to become accountable for your actions. You guys have a great night. I really appreciate you being here. Remember, raise your vibration, change your life. Appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit like, share, follow, and subscribe. Have a great day.